So today's jargon term, I believe this is the first time that we've ever done it on the show, is phonemic awareness. I know, doesn't your brain just go, oh, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what that is. It sounds horrible and my day is busy. But I will tell you that when you hear about it, you might go, oh, now wait a second. This makes a little bit of sense to me. So let's take a look at what our actual definition of phonemic awareness is. Phonemic awareness, a subset of phonological awareness in which listeners are able to hear, identify, and manipulate phonemes, the smallest units of sound that can differentiate meaning. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we do the jargon of the day. Because if I don't know what phonemic awareness is, then I probably don't know what a subset of phonological awareness is. I'm just saying. Although we get little hints in here, ability to hear, identify, and manipulate, there's the word again, phonemes, but then it tells us it's the smallest unit of sound that can differentiate meaning. So let's move on to our working definition, see if we can't put this together a little bit. Mine's not going to come up. Phonemic awareness, the ability, to translate sounds into meaning. All right, so have you ever seen this or experienced this? As a former teacher, I always used to think it was interesting that there were some kids in the classroom that you would say, take out your book and turn to page 35, right? And there are some kids who would just do it, right? They'd reach under their desk, they'd pull out their book and, and there it is, right? Then there were other kids who were busy doing something else, so they didn't hear it, right? They had something else going on, and then they learned through observation, and they went, oh, everybody's taking out their book, but they didn't even hear it, right? But then there's the kids that it almost seemed like you said it, and it went, and it hung in the air, hung in the air, hung in the air, and then it got to them a little bit later than it got to other kids, right? And so then, and it wasn't that they learned it through observation, but that they got it a little bit later. And I used to call that like the tape delay. And I've experienced that in my life too. If I'm concentrating on something, if I got something else going on and you say something to me, I hear it. I just choose to process it a little bit later. Now for me, it's a choice. Like I can pay attention and choose to process it in the moment. But what if somebody didn't have that choice? What if they didn't have the choice to process it any sooner? What if it took them a little bit longer to process? And what if part of the reason why they were having to take a little bit longer to process was because they were having to decode what got said? We talked about this a little bit the other day on Tuesday because our jargon was auditory processing, and we talked about an auditory processing delay. Well, one of the things that we know is that sometimes kids don't have the ability to process phonemes with the speed that the rest of us do. And that often to a person who doesn't understand that, it looks like disobedience. It looks like not being able to focus. But in a lot of cases, it's not. There's a set of lessons in skills, and there are lessons otherwhere, but not many places. But there's a really great set of lessons in skills. I will tell you it's in the academic curriculum because sometimes it's hard to find, where would that be? It's in the academic curriculum. And it's about phonemic awareness, and there are exercises to do so that kids can pick apart the sounds and hear them.